Thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. Let's talk. Please press subscribe and like and share this audio with someone who you may know need it. Now, this is part 3 of electrons. I'm not going to go over too much of what I said in part 2 because I realized that it's only 15 minutes and I take up a lot of time. But the last thing we did end up with is we talked about God being this divine electronic light and how God is in everything. So now, I was about to tell you at the end of part 2 how this applies to your life. The information that I was giving, how this applies to you. Now, the Bible tells you were made in the image of God. You were made in the likeness of God, right? So we were talking about what did that image mean to you? Was it like, if you said you're made in the image of God, did you think that God looked like you? What did you think? So the conclusions at the end of part 2 was that God was pure light and you were pure light. And that's how you're made in the image of God, because that is your authentic self. Your authentic self is pure light. You are a spirit that is occupying this physical body. So your pure self is not the physical body. Everybody who enters this earth have to take on a physical body. You can't be in this earth without having and participate without having a physical body. Okay? So you got to have a physical body. So that's not your authentic self. Your physical body is just something that you're using because you need to come into earth. But it is not your authentic self, right? You are a spirit occupying this physical body. When you leave this earth, you will disregard the physical body and go on to wherever we go when we pass on. You're not going to take the physical body with you. Now, when you leave the earth, the physical body, what? It dies. And then that physical body is either cremated or buried. Then you, the spirit, you come out of that physical body as soon as you pass on. You come out of the physical body. The physical body goes buried or in cremation, and you go wherever you go when we pass on. So that is not you, the authentic you. You are simply occupying that body while you are here. Okay? So the real authentic you, when you leave the physical body, is pure light. That is what you are. You're made in the image and the likeness of God, which is pure light. So now, in the Bible, it tells you that you were made in the image and likeness of God, and you have authority over all things. And I think it goes on to say you have authority over the chickens and the fowl that flies in the earth, and it just kind of breaks it down, explaining you have dominion over all things. Because you were God's greatest creation, you have the same authority as God has, because God gave you that authority. Which means what? You basically a mini God, we could put it like that, of your world. You're basically a mini God of your world, not of my world. So you can't tell me what to do, like most of you try to tell other people what to do. But you are a mini God of your own world. Because what? You have a dimension. So now because you have dimension, does that mean you're supposed to be, oh, God, please help me, God, please help me, please help me? No. If something happens in your world and you have dominion, you're supposed to stand in your authority and commanded to leave. Because what? God gave you authority in your world, okay? You have no power whatsoever. All of the power comes from God. He's letting you use his power. He's allowing us to what? Use his power. You have no power. When I realized that I was using God's power, it came to my consciousness like a firestorm. Wow, I am very powerful if I'm using God's power, because God's power created this universe that we can't even see, because there's thousands of universes. Check with scientists and they will tell you that. So if God created this vast universe, that's a lot of power, right? And he's allowing me to use his power. That means I'm very powerful, and I should be able to stand in dominion of my world because I have this power. So now if I don't have money, what does that mean? Am I supposed to say, oh my God, I don't have money, please help me, help me, help me, I don't have money? Is that standing in authority? No. Standing in authority would be commanding that money to come into your world. That's authority. Now let me explain a little bit more about energy so you'll understand that. You are made in the image and likeness of God, right? Everything that is made in this planet comes from energy. It's all energy, right? The car outside, your home, the blocks that build your home, everything is energy. So, all of the substance in this world is what? Energy. All of it is. So now, God gave you dominion over all things. What does that mean? God gave you dominion over energy. All things. And this is why the Bible spells it out. Like it says something like it doesn't say the birds. I think it says the fowls that fly in the sky, and then it just names some things, because it's letting you know that everything is made of energy and you have dominion over it all. So money looks physical, but you can't even survive in this planet if it's not an atom in it. Everything in this planet has an atom. Go back to your science book. It's all made from an atom. It's all made, and where's that atom at? Where's that electron, that divine electronic light? Where is it? Inside the atom. Go back to your science and see that. It's inside the atom. So, number one, you see that everything is made of energy. Number two, you can see that everything has God in it. And number three, God gave you dominion over these things that he created. So why are you sitting back crying, I don't have no money, please help me. I don't have this, please help me. I don't have a car, please help me. It's all made of energy. So now the question is, how do you get this stuff to come into your life? How do you regain your dominion over these things? Because clearly you've lost it. Well, number one, it would be recognize who you are first. You have to understand who you are. That you are a child of God that was given dominion over everything on earth. So you have to first recognize that. You were given dominion to create. You were given dominion to use God's power to create. So you got to first understand that. When you understand those 2 points, then you understand, like, okay, so if I have dominion and I want a car, how do I get that? How do I get that? I steal myself. I steal myself. If God is within me, why am I going around to a car dealership looking for a car? Because if I go around to a car dealership looking for a car, that means I'm looking outside of me. And that means I'm going to start like, okay, I don't have the money to get the car. Let me try to get the money. And that means I'm struggling again. Because I'm not going inside of myself. I'm going outside to look for the car, going outside to get the money. Do you understand that? Your attention is being focused outside of your body, outside of the realms to where God is. And therefore, what do? You fall right back into that same place of struggling. So if you want to do it correctly, what would you do? I would sit, focus my attention on God within me, on that light, that divine light within me. Now, maybe I don't know how to get to the electron to focus on the electronic light. Then focus in your heart center. Imagine that light is there. And you're going in that light and you're saying, I want a car. I want a new car. Then you're imagining the car. Then you're going to focus through your third eye, which is between the two regular eyes in the middle. You know where Indian people put that red dot on their forehead? Go look at a picture. Google it. Pull up a picture of the red dot on your head. Where Indians have, the women used to put a red dot there. That's your third eye. So I'm going to focus there, because if you focus there, you're still within yourself, okay? So I'm going to focus there, and I'm going to see the kind of car I want to get. I want to see this BMW that I want to get, and I see it clear and plain, and this is what I want. So then I'm going to give the commandment. After I see this car clearly, then I'm going to give the commandment. I command that this BMW car will manifest in my life easy and effortlessly. So be it. That's how you take dominion. You don't take dominion by saying, oh, I hope I get this car. Oh, I need this car. Oh, I don't have a car. That's not taking dominion. Learn what taking dominion is. We forget, even though I'm teaching you this, we forget. When you focus your attention outside of yourself, you get caught up with what the world is doing, and you forget who you are. Because then you get, there's a lot going on in the world. You get caught, P. Diddy, it's all over the news. Donald Trump, it's all over the news. You get caught up in all of that. And then you might be on the phone. Oh, girl, you see what happened with P. Diddy? Girl, let me tell you what happened. Girl, you see Donald Trump got time. And then you just get caught up with that. And then you're gossiping. And gossip is a no-no, people. It is a no-no. That is a very negative thing to do. But you get caught up in all of that when you begin to focus outside of yourself. So you need to bring yourself back into yourself, where your I am self is, and shut out the world. As soon as we get to the good part, we have to end. Okay, so this is the end of this tape. Thank you for tuning in, and I will have the next one next week.